I mentioned in the previous lecture that all data collected by Azure Monitor fits into one of two fundamental types, metrics and logs. Azure Monitor metrics are numerical values that describe some aspect of a system at a particular time. They are collected at regular intervals and are useful for alerting because they can be sampled frequently and an alert can be fired quickly with relatively simple logic. Logs in Azure Monitor contain different kinds of data organized into records with different sets of properties for each type. Logs can contain numeric values like Azure Monitor metrics, but typically contain text data with detailed descriptions. They further differ from metric data in that they vary in their structure and are often not collected at regular intervals. Telemetry, such as events and traces, are stored in Azure Monitor logs in addition to performance data so that it can all be combined for analysis. A common type of log entry is an event, which is collected sporadically. Events are created by an application or service and typically include enough information to provide complete context on their own. For example, an event can indicate that a particular resource was created or modified. A new host started in response to an increased traffic, or an error was detected in an application. Because the format of the data can vary, applications can create custom logs by using the structure that they need. Metric data can even be stored in logs to combine them with other monitoring data for trending and other data analysis. Depending on the resource type, there are three categories of logs in Azure. We have Azure Activity Logs, Azure Diagnostic Logs, and Azure Application Logs derived from Application Insights. You can perform several actions with these logs, such as analysis, visualization, creating alerts, retrieving query results using the Azure Command Line interface, PowerShell, and REST API. You can also build workloads to retrieve log data and copy it to an external location using logic apps. The Azure Activity Log provides insight into subscription-level events that have occurred in Azure. This includes a range of data from Azure Resource Manager operational data to updates on service health events. Use the activity log to determine the what, who, and when for any write operations, such as put, post, delete, taken on the resources in your subscription. You can also understand the status of the operation and other relevant properties. There is a single activity log for each Azure subscription. It provides data about the operations on a resource from the outside or the control plane. By default, activity log events are stored for 90 days. To store this data for longer periods, you can either collect it in an Azure Monitor or export it to storage or to event hubs. With Azure Monitor, you achieve this by connecting the activity to a log analytics workspace. Connecting the activity log to a log analytics workspace, it allows you to consolidate the activity log from multiple Azure subscriptions into one location for analysis. You can store activity log entries for longer than 90 days. You can correlate activity log data with monitoring data collected by Azure Monitor. And you can also use log queries to perform complex analysis and gain deep insights on activity log entries. Azure Event Hubs is a data streaming platform and event ingestion service that can receive and process millions of events per second. Data sent to an event hub can be transformed and stored by using any real-time analytics provider. The shared access policy defines the permissions that the streaming mechanism has. Streaming to an event hubs requires manage, send, and listen permissions. You can create or modify shared access policies for the event hubs namespace in the Azure portal for your event hubs namespace. You can create an alert when particular events are created in the activity log with an activity log alert. Activity log alerts are alerts that activate when a new activity log event occurs that matches the conditions specified in the alert. You can also create an alert using a log query when your activity log is connected to a log analytics workspace, but there is a cost to log query alerts. There is no cost for activity log alerts. Azure Diagnostic logs provide rich, frequent data about the operation of an Azure resource. Again, understand the difference. Azure activity logs are focused across the entire or the wider subscription scope, while Azure Diagnostic logs are focused on the operations within a resource, such as a virtual machine. Azure Monitor makes available two types of diagnostic logs. Tenant logs come from tenant-level services that exist outside of an Azure subscription, such as Azure Active Directory. Resource logs. These logs come from Azure services that deploy resources within an Azure subscription, such as network security groups or storage accounts. Logs are events that occurred within the system. They can contain different kinds of data and may be structured or free-form text with a timestamp. They may be created sporadically as events in the environment generate log entries, and a system under heavy load will typically generate more log volume. Logs in Azure Monitor are stored in a log analytics workspace that's based on Azure Data Explorer, which provides a powerful analysis engine and rich query language. Logs typically provide enough information to provide complete context of the issue being identified and are valuable for identifying root causes of issues. A much less talked about data type is a distributed trace. It forms one of the three pillars of observability besides metrics and logs. Traces can be described as a series of related events that follow a user request through a distributed system. They can be used to determine behavior of application code and the performance of different transactions. While logs will often be created by individual components of a distributed system, a trace measures the operation and performance of your application across the entire set of components. Before I give you the grand overview of Azure Monitor, let's quickly review the differences between metrics and logs. Metrics provide the advantage of being lightweight and capable of near real-time scenarios such as alerting. These are ideal for fast detection of issues. Logs are analyzed with a rich query language. This is ideal for deep analysis and identifying root causes. Logs can include data structures such as text and numerical values, whereas metrics provide only numerical information. While logs provide unique set of properties based on the log type, metrics have a standard set of properties including sample time, the resource being monitored, and a numeric value. Some metrics include multi-dimensional information. Metrics are collected at regular intervals, while logs may be collected sporadically as events trigger a record to be created. Both metrics and logs can be viewed via the Azure portal, but metrics are viewed through the Metrics Explorer and logs are viewed through the Log Analytics platform. Finally, the data sources for both metrics and logs differ. Data sources for metrics include platform metrics collected from resources, applications monitored by application insights, or they can be custom defined by applications or APIs. Application and diagnostic logs, monitoring solutions, agents and virtual machine extensions, application requests and exceptions, Azure Security Center, Data Collector API are all sources of data to Azure Logs. In this brief lecture, I have introduced to you the three pillars of observability in Azure Monitor, that is metrics, logs, and traces. In the next lecture, I will give you a broad overview of Azure Monitor.